Hello folks, welcome to the Spankey Guitar YouTube channel. Yesterday I featured a sort of an introduction of a series that the Spankey Guitar YouTube channel is going to be having in the upcoming weeks, and it's entitled The Battle Burst. The Battle Burst episodes, featuring in this corner the Gibson Les Paul Standard. And in this corner of the table, the Epiphone Les Paul Standard. And these are both with the Cherryburst finish. And I did a quick demo of of the sound of both guitars yesterday. So if you want to check out my video for that, feel free to do that. And so what I'm going to be doing today is just a simple test, and it's going to entail the integrity of the tuning machines. So on here we have the double Clouson, or the Clouson style Keystone tuners on the Gibson Standard, and on the Epiphone we have the Grover kidney button or kidney style tuners. It's just going to be a fairly simple test, folks. All I'm going to do is tune both guitars, and then 24 hours from now, we'll see which guitar went out of tune first, and that's pretty much it. Just sort of an interesting demonstration of these two guitars. These both of them are well loved by many guitarists. Epiphone. I actually had my Epiphone Standard before I got my Gibson, the heavyweight, the Gibson Standard. So I love both guitars. Both are very good sounding guitars. And so yeah, if you would like to help my channel grow, please subscribe if this is something if this interests you. And I'm going to be having a lot more content such as this, more battles with other guitars. And so yeah, stay tuned. Well, first of all, I'm just going to change camera angles here to tune the guitars, and then we'll put them on the rack and we'll check back in tomorrow. So yeah, give me a second. Okay, so we're back with the two fierce competitors here. Like I said, it's just, this is just for fun. There's a lot of things that come into play if you want to do a true tuning sort of test. Anyways, yeah, so both of these guitars are stringed with Ernie Ball hybrid slinkies 9 to 46, and these are nickel wound guitar strings. And yeah, so we'll start off with the Gibson. I'm just going to tune it and put it in the rack, and that's pretty much it. We'll leave it there for, like I said, 24 hours, and then check what who went out of tune, or who stays in tune. Let's tune this guy up. I haven't touched this one since yesterday, since the last demo. E, that one's still in tune actually. A, still in tune. D is still in tune. G is still just off of by one. See, it stays on for just a second, the G. Okay, so G's good. Hard to say, let me try again. Okay, now, oh, I went a little too far on the G. Okay, now we go to the B. This thing is, all the strings are still in tune from yesterday, and I played it a little bit. The high E is out just a tad, just a 1 millimeter. There, so everything's in tune, folks. and we'll come back tomorrow. Well, that's for the Gibson. We'll do the Epiphone. So I'm just going to sit this guy up here. We'll grab the Epiphone. Epiphone Les Paul Standard. Very nice. Love this guitar just as much as my Gibson. E is still in tune since the last time I played it. I didn't tune these guys today. A is up, but just no, A is still good. So what happens here is, well, let me tune this first, and I'll tell. D is still good. G is still good. B is off just a little. B is good now. E is off just a, no, it's on still. Well, I'm going to tighten it just a tad. So there we go. All the strings are in tune. When this thing turns blue, that means it's the string is in tune, for those of you guys that don't know how a tuner works. Just want to ensure that everything is fair play, fair grounds here. So in tune, good. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, here where I live, sometimes the you know, the humidity, the climate, it gets, you know, it fluctuates just like anywhere else. So sometimes when I pick up my guitars, they'll be more sharp, meaning the guitars are higher in pitch, and then I'll have to tune them down. So I'm not sure what happened, why that happens. I guess the wood is shrinking, so maybe it gets cold at night perhaps, and then so yeah, anyways, that's basically is what's happening, is the difference in temperature of the wood, and then that in turn puts the turns the strings out of tune. So that's what happens some days, and I noticed that on some days, and then again on some other days, like today, both of these guitars, they were both in tune pretty good, with the exception of one string that was just slightly off. So if both of these guys are still in tune tomorrow, at 24 hours from now, at 4 p.m. tomorrow, right now it's 4:06 p.m. So if these guys are still in tune tomorrow, we may have to extend this an extra 24 hours, say 48 hours. And then, who knows, maybe we can even extend the length of time for sitting to 28 days, and make that similar to a compressive strength test for concrete in a controlled environment. Anyways, that's just some little bit of background info. I'm going to sit this guy up here as well, up on the rack. And those guys are just sitting here. So I put these just here. So this one is the Epiphone, this one is the Gibson. So they're gonna sit there until tomorrow, and then that's that. We'll see which one is the wins round number 1. And I'm actually going to I'm actually starting another episode here shortly on some other guitars. So we'll see you shortly. Hello folks, welcome back. It's now 24 hours from the shooting of my last intro to the tuning stability round 1 of the Gibson Challenge between the 2019 Gibson Les Paul Standard in Heritage Cherry and the Epiphone Les Paul Standard, and also a Cherryburst. So they're still sitting where I last put them on the rack here beside me. And these guitars here are just for my next video I'm shooting after this one. So let's get started. I hope you guys are as excited as I am for the big reveal. Now, what's going to happen here is I put together a little scoring sheet here. And on the right here, contender number 1, we have Gibson Les Paul. And I just put the strings, string 1, 2, 3 to 6, so they're E, A, D, G, B, E. And then on the right, contender number 2, we have Epiphone Les Paul Standard, E, A, D, G, B, E. And for each string that is in tune or out of tune, I will be highlighting that particular string either green or red. And then after that, we'll tally up the score and see who is the winner of round 1. And in the event that both guitars are still in tune after 24 hours of stagnant, of just being of not being played and just sitting overnight, we will move to round 2, which is a 20-minute tuning stability test. However, this one is a playing test where I'll be playing 20 minutes for non-stop playing of 20 minutes. You know, typical of you know, if you're going to play a few songs in a gig, you know, you expect your guitar to stay in tune. So and if you have a 45-minute set, you know, between the halfway point, you're likely to retune your guitar. So with that said, let's get started right away here. I have the tuner ready. The guitars are right here. And we'll start off with the Epiphone Standard. What happened there is when I picked it up, the strings got caught on the rack. Did you hear that? So anyway, hopefully that doesn't affect anything. So let's start off with number E. I mean string E, string number, that would be 6, the 6th string. Look at that, folks, still in tune. So this one gets a green. Oh, that's blue. I had to dim the screen on this laptop because if it's too bright, then you won't be able to see it on the on this camera. Okay, so there we go. One's green. Now let's go for the A. A is still in tune. Oh, you guys can't even see that. Okay, one sec. Okay, so there's A, still in tune. So this one receives a green light. Okay, we'll go to D. Oh, D is off just a hair, look. It did go on for a second. Let's try it again. Oops. See, it went off just very slightly, but it's not staying on the blue. Oh, it goes back to the blue. This one is kind of this string is an ambiguous. Hold on, just wait. That's E, A, D, D. Oh, that's still in tune, so we'll give that a green. And the G is still good. Well, it looks like we may have to do the 20-minute test right away. E. Oh, that's which one did I do? I'm supposed to do B. B is good. And what about E? E is still good. Look at that, folks. The Epiphone Les Paul stayed in tune for 24 hours, so we got a perfect 6 out of 6 score. Let's move on to the heavyweight, the Gibson Les Paul Standard 50s. Oh, what? I guess that evens things up, because when I picked this guy off the rack, the strings scraped against the rack. The same thing with the Epiphone. So now things are even. I didn't mean to do that. It just happened. Okay, I'm a bit nervous, guys and girls. E is out of tune. Look at that. Oh, no, it is in tune. Stayed blue. See? It didn't do anything. So that's good. Green light for E. A is good. What about D? Also, oh, let's wait. E, A, D. D is good, folks. Green light. 3 out of 6 so far. E, A, D, G. G is good. Move to the B string. B is good. Now lastly, the E string. And that one is good. Look at that, folks. 24-hour test. Well, that's what I was just going to mention. So this one received a 6 out of 6 score also. So it looks like we're going to be going to the 20-minute test. And so yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm a bit late. I started the this test a half hour. So technically, this is the 24-hour 0.5 test. Oh, actually, it's almost 5 o'clock by now. Anyways, they're both still in tune regardless. So congratulations to contender number 2, Gibson Les Paul. And congratulations to Epiphone number 1. It's a tie, it's a draw for the first tuning stability test. So let's proceed to play these guys for 20 minutes straight, and let's see if any of them go out of tune after the 20 minutes. And we'll put the I'm just gonna. Well, actually, we got to keep this open first. I have this is round 1. And if I switch the sheet here, Excel sheet, to round 2, 20-minute test. So we'll start off with. Let's just start off with the Epiphone and keep things consistent. Okay, I think we're just going to keep things separate for now, folks. So for round 1, like I said, it was a draw. So I'm going to have a separate upload for round 2, and I'm just going to start that shortly. But I'm just going to end for the first round 1 for now. So please stay tuned for round 2.